Room 237 is a JumperScape audio production. There's more beyond the door than you are prepared for, stranger. Welcome to Room 237.
Hello and welcome to the season finale of Room 237.
I'm Ashton.
I am James, and today we are doing another game.
Yes.
This one was crafted by 237's own Ashton.
Hi.
Basically, I think it's fair to say we were very inspired by Horror Survivor by the Dead Meat podcast.
Mhm.
I think it's fair to put that out there. We are doing our own version of that called Horror Hunger Games.
I wouldn't even say it's our own version of that. It's a
It's
very
our own-
different thing.
Our own thing. We wanted to make a board game or a tabletop game thing.
We
With
wanted
horror
to do
characters.
a horror character game.
This is what we, and by we I mean Ashton, came up with.
This is what I came up with.
So today you're gonna watch debate. You're gonna watch nerding out. You're gonna watch all kinds of my dad would beat up your dad kind of content. So I'm very excited to get started. Ashton has crafted this game, so she knows the rules way better than I do. So
Because I made them up.
she's the game master and player, and I am just a player here. So I'll let you take it away.
Okay. So, essentially, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to play 12 rounds of a Hunger Game. We're each going to have 6 districts. Each district includes a victim and a villain. And we're going to spin a little wheel to find out who we have in each of our districts. We're going to talk about, like, kind of the atmosphere between the two tributes from each district, how that's going to be. They're not all going to be one male, one female, because that's not happening.
But it is kind of one survivor, one killer, right?
Essentially.
So that's our version.
Yeah.
What's your gender? Killer
Or
survivor?
And we're going to play 12 rounds. 2 players are going to die every round, and I'll kind of explain more rules as we get into it, but I think we should get started. James, would
Okay.
you like to pick your District 1? I say villain because not all of them are killers.
So for my list, how should I number this?
So, we have a 12-sided die, so number every person 1 through 12.
Got it.
But District 1 is going to be your first draw of a sorry, my brain today. Of a villain, and your first draw of a victim or a survivor.
Okay.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready. Spin for me.
Possessed Ellie from
Possessed-
Evil Dead Rise. It was very close to being Pamela Voorhees.
Thank God.
All right.
We're hoping for all supernatural on Team James over here. We're not technically against each other, but I am rooting for my own picks, that's for sure.
And then for your first, it's not done writing.
Okay,
Possessed
I'm
Ellie. For your first survivor, there goes the wheel. It is Joel
Ooh!
from Smile.
I'm getting some good ones right now.
All right. And we're gonna go back and forth with getting our characters.
Okay. So do you want to just roll your survivors while we're on the page?
Sure. So for my
Wrap around,
For my first survivor, it's gonna be Oh, Nancy Thompson, Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's very nice. And on this wheel, do they disappear after they get landed
Yes.
on? Okay.
That's what the remove button means.
I'm not a screen peeker.
Okay.
Very nice pick. Very, very, very good.
Right. And for my first villain, here we go. Please, please, please. Yes.
You want Pamela Voorhees?
I want Pamela Voorhees, okay? I love...
lady with some good stealth.
She's an old lady who just murders a fucking whole camp full of teenagers. Think about the Hunger Games. Pamela Voorhees would dominate.
Well, this is not a band of teenagers exactly.
I
We'll get there.
guess.
We'll get there.
We're gonna see
when
there.
she's in her first duel.
All right. Now back to James. Are you ready for your next villain? Here we go.
Big money, no whammies.
Oh. Ooh. Chucky.
It was between the dolls for me.
Yeah, it was right between Chucky and Megan there.
See, like Megan, I would take Chucky. Megan's probably more powerful, but Chucky provides morale.
And then for your second survivor, I think I put victims because I don't know that these people all survive. You've got Harper from Hunt.
Okay.
Wow.
You know, she does. She gets work done in that movie a little bit.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Sorta. All right, and then for my next victim. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my God! Please. Okay. All right. I'll take it. Grace Dillamas.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ladomas.
Ladomas.
I was
from Ready or Not.
That was dyslexia, guys. That was straight dyslexia.
That was a good pull, though. That was a good pull. Thank you for joining us on the horror draft.
All right. And for my next villain. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. A classic. A classic.
I can't see the screen that well.
Norman Bates from Psycho.
I don't know. He's just a guy. He's also just a guy.
These and just so you know, James, you need to keep track of your like couples. Do you have it tracked out that way?
No, you told me to number it 1 through 12.
Yeah, you have to number it 1 through 12, but each district gets a villain and a victim.
I thought we each had 6 districts.
We do each have 6 districts.
You told me to number it 1 through 12.
James, there's 2 people in every district.
Okay, so I can.
There's a victim.
I can do this. I can fix it. I can fix it.
Can I make it clearer?
I can fix it. I can.
They still should be numbered 1 through 12.
I fixed it. I'm adding brackets.
Okay. Because
Not
not
the sheriff.
We're gonna have to discuss what our districts if our tributes from each district are gonna work together and stuff. So, all right, for your next villain, here we go. Oh,
The Babadook.
and that it is.
That
the Babadook.
There is some debate if he's even real, so that might be hard for me to argue. And who's my next survivor?
All right, for your next survivor, we've got no,
Gail.
no. I'm mad. I was this close to Gale on the last poll. He's
Gale
got
Weathers.
Gale Weathers from
Reporter.
Scream. Okay, and then back to me for my next pick of a survivor. Here we go. Wheel spinning. It's spinning. Susie from Suspiria.
She'll dance out of danger.
Or just look at the camera really, really hard. All right. And for my next villain, here we go. Oh, fuck yeah.
Count Orlok.
Count Orlok.
Wait, the
No,
thing is, you're gonna
Nosferatu.
have to take into account he can't be out in the sunlight.
Oh, that's true. That's gonna be tricky.
He might just die immediately.
It's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be tricky.
It's tricky.
All right.
Who's my next killer?
Back to James.
Who's my next killer?
Who is it? And the wheel spins. And it is very close, but it is Bathsheba.
I am sweeping the supernaturals right now.
You are. You actually are. I'm impressed. Bathsheba, The Conjuring. Okay. Here we go. Here we go again. And it spins. And it's... Man, I am jealous of James' districts over here.
Oh, yeah.
McCready.
McCready.
The Thing.
This is great. This is,
You know?
I like my team so far. I really like my team. I have one district that I know for sure would work together so far.
There you go. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, I went back for my next villain, I guess. Because I just
literal
clicked on it.
child.
Oh, God. Damien Thorne, the Omen.
He is the Antichrist.
He is the Antichrist.
And you could account the devil protecting him. But he also is a child. But he can only technically be killed by those daggers.
Mm-hmm. So, real complicated conversation we're going to have to get into here. And for my next victim... Sally from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Your team's kind of washed, I'm not going to lie.
Not teams, it's just the people we have to focus on talking about.
I know.
It's our districts. It's an organization tactic.
I'm going to defend these folks with my life.
Yeah, because yours are easy to defend, James. God. All right, James. For your next victim. Please, why?
Mike Schmidt.
I'm getting screwed by these wheels. Mike Schmidt. Five Nights at Freddy's.
I mean, he's just a guy. It's just he's in FNAF, so you're jealous.
Yeah. Duh. All right. And for your next killer. No.
We're sweeping the dolls. We're sweeping the dolls.
You are. He's sweeping. It's like Kendrick at the Grammys. Gosh. Megan. From Megan. I don't know if I said that.
This will probably be on the screen for you. We're not sure yet.
Well, some people are audio only listeners.
Okay. Megan from Megan.
Okay. Now we're back to me. My next killer is...
Oh, please. I hope you get Howard.
I'm cursed. I'm cursed. Howard Douglas from X.
I think I found the first person to die. He can't run because then you have a heart attack.
We shall see. All right.
I'm not mad about either of the killers that are left for
My
me.
next victim All right, I'll take this one. Chris McNeil, The Exorcist. Sorry, the pause is me writing down all my.
Maybe just
my
start
people.
my spin while you write. It's
Okay,
a little bit too late for that now, but
back to James for his final.
my final survivor.
His final survivor here.
Not Danny.
Thomason
from The Witch.
from The Witch. Which gives me Danny Torrance. I mean, he's got to shine. Maybe he'll see things coming.
Maybe. He also is another literal child. You have child.
I've got
soldiers.
the kids
You got
team.
kids.
It's accurate to the Hunger Games.
I'm not mad about either of these.
All right, James.
See, you got a powerhouse.
You did get a
You
powerhouse
did get a
here.
powerhouse. Even though Sam, I think, is immortal, but you know.
Sam from Trick or Treat is James' next killer, which leaves me with Michael Myers. Michael! I just never can get that clip of Jamie Lee out of my head. All right.
Now what?
So, now we let the games begin. So, we'll start out with the cornucopia round. And also discussing how our districts are going to work together. So, let's start with that. And
Okay.
while you talk about your districts,
My first district
I'm going to go run and find something.
My first district is Possessed Ellie and Joel. Possessed Ellie, I think, will work with Joel in the fact that she would infect him.
Oh.
They're in the same district. I think that she would make him also Evil Dead.
Okay, so do you think this happens before or in the games?
That's a good question.
Because it would affect the rest of the games.
If we're assuming this is just like the film Hunger Games or the book,
Mm-hmm.
then they have plenty of time together before the games.
Mm-hmm.
So it could happen before.
Well,
Why these people wouldn't all just kill each other before is another debate. But that's the thing. I think if they are forced to be around each other,
suspension of belief.
They'd be forced to be around each other. I think Ellie would possess Joel, and that would, in turn, make him also Evil Dead.
Okay.
Chucky would definitely work with Harper because Chucky is a smart guy, and he would just manipulate her into being like, we could both get to the end. Come on.
Totally, yeah.
So I think that is actually probably the best pairing I could have gotten with Chucky, like as one of the.
And we know
survivors.
Harper is, and if I'm remembering correctly, please correct me if I'm forgetting my characters right. We know Harper is susceptible to abusive relationships.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to say that because that made it sound sad.
It is sad.
But it is true.
It is the Hunger Games.
The Babadook and Gale Weathers. You could make an argument that Gale could bully the Babadook because that's kind of what happens to the Babadook anyways. It gets bullied into...
Do you think she'd order the Babadook around?
I think she could.
Like he's her little minion?
I think she could.
Like Dewey him?
Bathsheba is probably not going to work with anybody, but I don't think McCready would want to work with Bathsheba.
No, I think they're both lone wolves.
On his own.
I think they're both... And McCready might try to make other friends in other districts. But...
I just realized Mike Schmidt is with an animatronic in Megan.
Oh, God.
So he would just treat her like an animatronic. And Megan's not inherently evil. She
right.
just wants to hurt people that mess with her friends.
So do you think that Megan would connect with Mike and try to protect Mike through the whole games?
Maybe, yes. Maybe. Now, I have one last argument. Is it Thomason post-film, as in she's a witch now?
Are any of these people dead by the end of their film? Nancy,
Maybe McCrady's not
Susie.
dead at the end of the film, but he's probably gonna die.
Sally.
Joel dies in Smile 2. They survive Smile. Gail's still alive.
So I think we're putting them in the perspective of the film because that's what we can comment on mostly.
But she is susceptible.
Yeah,
So I think that she could work with Sam, hypothetically.
Plus he's a child.
Yeah.
I think maybe
she might look after him, thinking he's like kind of a kid.
A kid, yeah. Also, I do think
I have an argument for every one of my districts to work together, except for Bathsheba and McCready.
Yikes on the me here. Okay, so for my first
Michael's working with, he's not working with anybody.
So for my first district, I've got Nancy from Nightmare and Pamela Voorhees. I think these two could work together.
As long as Nancy wasn't a counselor, I think they could be good. But she is a teenager.
She is a teenager, but I could see Pamela taking this as a life or death situation and kind of projecting Jason onto her. Maybe.
I could see.
And like trying to do protective mom here. Then we've got Grace from Ready or Not or Norman Bates. And Norman Bates. No. I think they're both lone wolves.
Yeah, I was gonna make an argument that maybe in the survival scenario, they could work together.
I think Norman
is kind of a weakling among the killers.
Right, but I don't think Grace has it doesn't feel any need to protect anybody.
Especially
to be honest.
Norman Bates.
I think Norman creeps her the fuck out and she's not into it. So she's just going to stay the hell away from him.
I agree with you.
But I could see Grace trying to like work with other people throughout the games, just not Norman. And then we got Susie and Count Orlok. Now here's the thing. Susie's pretty young. She's kind of pretty. Does Count Orlok like Susie?
I think that is probably a possibility.
Because I feel like Suspiria specifically has a little bit of like a sexual awakening kind of tone. You know what I mean?
Saying he would turn her into a vampire.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he's got just kind of a creepy obsession with her. And I don't think Susie is someone who picks up on that.
Or would he be just sulking about where his true love is?
I
am an appetite.
I feel like it's more of I feel like there's kind of like a working together aspect here, but it's more like secretive. It's not like outright, but like Susie will do something and Count Orlok will kind of like look over and make sure no one's like hurting her or something.
Okay.
Kind of like that kind of vibe.
I see it.
More like a Rue and what was his name? That guy kind of vibe. You talked about all yours, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So now I've got Damien and Sally.
Sally would just see a child.
Yeah, Sally's going to try to protect the kid.
But Sally in Texas Chainsaw Massacre is just really good at running.
Right.
That's kind of it. She has good pain tolerance.
So
all the windows she jumped out of.
But Sally, it's her brother who has the disability, right?
Yeah.
I feel like she's got like a mother instinct about her. I think she sees a kid and she's going to try to protect him.
I think she would stick with Damien. I don't think Damien would care what happens with her.
No, but basically she thinks she's protecting him when he doesn't really need it.
They would stick together, but I think the second they get found by...
But also, I think that Damien likes having those protectors from The Omen. Like, think about it.
Yeah, but
Damien likes having his protectors, but he doesn't
like it when they are not of the sort that he would select. You know,
right? I think Damien plays along on the kid aspect
Yeah.
specifically, and I think he tries
'Cause
to
when
keep her
he
protection
is
for a long
essentially-
time.
It is, as the movies go, he does for most of his childhood just think he's a normal kid.
I think that Damien is going to work with Sally until Sally becomes disposable. I think it's how that
And you'll smile.
alliance kind of works. Very Kendrick style.
He'll smile at the camera.
Say drink. I have this is my
I was talking
new
about
thing.
I was talking about the last shot of the movie.
Yeah, but it's the same thing.
Sure. What's your next district?
The shit eating grin. Okay, so my next district is Howard and Chris McNeil.
Chris is running away from
Chris is running from that creep.
and he's probably gonna die of a heart attack the second he has to go faster than a mild jog.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Howard would do really well with someone who cared, but I don't think Chris cares about Howard, to be honest.
Should have put Pearl in. She would have maybe survived a little.
And then my last is Danny Torrance and Michael Myers. Poor Danny.
Danny's just getting killed immediately by Michael Myers. Let's be real. We've
Maybe.
established Michael Myers says fuck them kids.
I think Danny's got I mean, obviously they're not working together, but I feel like Danny's got a pretty good sense of something's wrong here. So of course he doesn't like Michael, and Michael doesn't care for anybody else.
I don't think Michael would chase Danny. So if Danny ran from him, I don't think Michael would chase him.
I don't think he feels a need to.
Exactly.
I think that
He draws the line at babies.
we know that.
We know that.
But I think that Danny's got a pretty good survival instinct. So I think Danny might do pretty well in these games. We'll see. He's got a little bit of a shine, so maybe he can kind of figure out what people are doing or have an idea of events that might happen. So, all right. So let's play. So the first round, we're deciding of all these players. I guess we could have done this in the same conversation. Whoops. This is the first time we're playing this, so we might have to work out some kinks, and then next time we play it, we'll be better at it. Yeah. So for the first round,
We thought it'd be lame if we played it so the surprises were spoiled.
yeah. So for the first round, we're deciding if each character is running towards the cornucopia and grabbing the weapons, and I will let you know what the weapons are in a moment, or if they're, trying to grab one of those survival backpacks and running away. And from each of these groups, once we decide them, 2 players will fight each other to the death. So I guess we'll decide on who gets stuck and stuff. Essentially, we'll roll the dice. Actually, never mind. I lied. There is a dice roll on this one. I thought I didn't have one. So the weapons in the cornucopia include a candy shank, a butcher knife, a kitchen knife, a buck hunting knife, a chainsaw, a handgun, and razor candies and an axe.
Okay.
Yes.
So how are we getting these?
So basically, you decide if your characters are going to run towards the cornucopia and decide if and try to get the weapons.
For cornucopia runners, I have Ellie, Joel, Chucky, McCready, Megan, and Sam, which leaves for leaving Harper, Babadook, Gail, Mike Schmidt, Bathsheba, and Thomason.
You don't think Gail's going to go for a gun? There's a handgun in there.
I think she's going to see all the people running there, and she's going to figure I can get a weapon another way.
Okay. All right. So for my cornucopia runners, I have both Nancy and Pamela going for the cornucopia. I think they both decide together they're going to get one of these weapons, and they're each going to get a weapon, and they're going to watch each other here. I have Grace going for the cornucopia. I think she can figure it out. Norman's running.
Norman's running.
Norman's running. That's a lot of people, okay? It's been a lot of people this whole time, but he doesn't like people that much, I don't think. I don't have Susie or Count Orlok going for the cornucopia.
Well, yeah, Count Orlok doesn't need a weapon.
No.
And Susie doesn't feel like she would react to this
Situation would.
like,
Well,
I need to get a weapon.
Yeah. Damien, no. Sally, however, I think is running to get one. Howard, no. Chris, no. Danny, no. But Michael, yeah.
Yeah. He's walking to get
He's walking.
one.
He's actually watching everyone run, and then he's just walking over there.
And that cool sound effect with the from the 2018 movie plays.
Everyone's running. It's like I imagine this camera shot of everyone running towards the cornucopia or running away in like slow motion. Michael just goes like, look left, look right, walk. Okay, so now we're gonna roll the dice, and I guess depending on if they're going to the cornucopia or not, that's who's gonna fight, I guess.
Okay.
We'll figure it out as we go. So, for my first roll, I've got my number 7, which is Damien. So that's who's gonna fight running away. Yikes, Damien.
Ooh.
And then I roll again until I get one of my players who's going towards the cornucopia. Sally.
Who is going towards the cornucopia.
Who is going towards the cornucopia.
Oh,
So
Sally,
perfect.
You might be in trouble.
Sally is definitely in trouble.
Out of the people I have running to the cornucopia, yeah, she might be in trouble. Okay. My first roll is 10. So that is my cornucopia. That is Megan. And then
Megan.
for my running away fighter. My running away fighter. Bathsheba.
Oh no.
I have an interesting way that this is going to play out.
I think this will be interesting, actually.
Okay, now what do you do?
So, 2 of these characters have to die. That's how the game works. 2 players have to die every round. So, let's go with our runners, our weapon gatherers here. Megan versus Sally.
I think Megan clears.
I do too.
She's faster than Leatherface, so she's going to catch her.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
She has pretty much what seemed like unlimited strength compared to a human.
Mm-hmm.
Sally's just, Sally is a great final girl, but she's a runner, not a fighter.
Mm-mm.
She fights back very little in that movie.
Right.
She like gets maybe like a hit or 2 in, but she's for the most part jumping out of windows, you know?
That's true. I just feel like she has more of a fighting spirit than a lot of the people that I have on my list here.
She does. A will to survive, I agree, but I don't think she has the means to fight Megan off.
No, I don't think so either. How do you think Megan kills Sally?
Bare hands.
Yeah.
Because it's the cornucopia. They even got to
Do you think so? I feel like maybe Sally goes for the weapon that Megan's trying to go for, which I feel like Megan's going for the handgun. Probably, yeah. I think Sally would maybe go for the handgun too. Yeah, probably. I think she'd feel like that was the one she could wield the best. Yeah. So they both reach for the same thing. It's do or die at that point, and Megan just like.
I think Megan would break her fingers off of the gun and shoot her.
Yeah, absolutely. So, R.I.P. Sally, hard to see.
R.I.P. I guess cross her out, right? I already know how the next one's gonna play out. I just
All right,
thought of it.
what's your thought here?
Bathsheba and Damien.
Mhm.
You're probably thinking Damien's a child, but Damien's father is the devil. Who does
Right.
Bathsheba serve?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The
So I was
devil.
wondering how we would work this out.
I think she would go to get Damien. Damien would just stare her down with that face, and she would immediately get dragged to hell.
All right.
I think she's just cooked.
Okay. I don't disagree with you
I
there.
think she's lost any worldly power that the devil gave her.
Yeah, my only other thought was that maybe Bathsheba would like fully go after Damien and start to hurt him and then barely lay a scratch on him and just get fucking burned
Basically, the
alive or
second
something.
She touched him because of her connection to the devil. I
Mhm.
think
It whooshes everything out. Yeah.
yes.
I agree. So R.I.P. Bathsheba for the second time in her life.
Rip. She is deceased.
Deceased. Okay.
What's the next round?
So now we get into the regular rounds, which is where we will roll a die. We can just use the same one to find out whether or not we're gonna have an event or a fight. So if it lands on
JumperScape.com, Glitch Energy, Connor141, CONNOR141. Join us on Discord. You can chat, and hey, maybe we'll play this on a game night. Little 2-3-7 game of horror Hunger Games. You never know. If there's interest.
I'm trying to find where I said if it was.
I thought I wasted enough time.
You're
good.
I had it in parentheses. It made it hard to find. So an even roll is going to mean... Sorry, I turned away from the mic. I forget these are more sensitive. An even roll is going to be an event. An odd roll is going to be a fight. So I'm going to use a 6-sided die for this roll. 1. An odd number. We've got a fight.
We got to fight.
So we're going to roll twice and have 2 of our characters be fighting. If you roll a character who's dead, you gotta roll again, essentially.
And then eventually I imagine we'll be able to switch to a smaller dice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've got a 6-sided one out already, so we're good. So I almost forgot. I have to establish a terrain for this fight. So our terrain roll is 6. Empty summer camp.
Ooh.
All right. So for my first character that'll be fighting to the death here. 11. We've got... Oh, no.
Who?
Danny.
Danny? Oh, no. I hope this is PG.
And this could be like a 4-sided fight. It doesn't have to be Danny versus whoever you roll. It's kind of all 4 of them running into each other and fighting.
Oh, so it's the whole district.
No.
Oh. Are we rolling 4 people?
We're rolling for 2 people.
Oh.
But there's going to be 4. If each of us has 2, that equals 4. Yeah.
Chucky. I think Chucky would immediately get a complex about Danny because he looks like Andy.
True. True. All right. For my next roll, it's an 8. Oh, R.I.P. That's Sally. Okay, we'll try again. 4. Norman Bates. Oof.
Ooh. Oh, no.
We know we can fight back, though,
And
so
who
we'll
else
see.
is in this fight? 3. That's Chucky again. Okay.
Oh.
11. Thomason.
Okay.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So we're at a summer camp. An empty, abandoned summer camp. Chucky, Danny Thomason, and Norman Bates are all here.
They're all going to fight to the death. 2 of them will die. For sure.
Thomason is unarmed. Chucky is armed.
Neither Norman or Danny are armed.
I think Chucky clears.
I'm thinking Chucky clears too, but who does he kill first? And remember, he can kill your own player. That's not against the rules here.
Yeah, I think Chucky is
I think he's going to go for Danny.
I think he's going to see Danny. He's going to get a complex about him. I don't know if he'd kill Danny, though.
Well, he's going to try to transfer, at least.
I don't think he would do that either because of the situation he's in.
So do we think Danny clears?
Want to
because
be a doll in this situation. If they all had to kill each other, and that was the rules, and they know that's the rules, is they all have to live. I see Norman being a scumbag here.
Oh.
I see him being the one to go after the kid.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Because he's kind of...
It's upsetting to talk about, so I'm just going to say I think...
But does Chucky let him if he has an interest in Danny? Or does this kill Norman? Because
I could see Chucky watching from the bushes and just going, God. And then calling Norman like a pervy boy as he kills him.
And do we think that... So Tomlinson is unarmed, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think she's basically panickedly running around at this point. She has not been through enough in the Hunger Games yet at this point.
Mm-hmm.
She has unfortunately fallen into a fight to, I think, crack to the point where she was at the end of the film. Because if we're kind of just pulling them out of the movie, not taking into account where they are at the end.
But do you think that Tomlinson would see Norman attack Danny and
she would try to
do
stop
something
him.
about it?
I think it would be I think that would be the scrum right there.
Yeah. That
Chucky would just basically probably be watching.
And we know all 3 of them don't have weaponry, so this is going to be we're going to...
So 3.
I said 3. So this is a physical fight as well. I think Tomlinson can overrule Norman.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think in the film, she's presented pretty much as a, time period, teenage girl.
Do you know how much they had to lift then?
That is fair.
Have you seen Norman Bates?
That doesn't mean she knows a thing about, punching or fighting.
Right, but she knows a thing about pushing.
That is fair.
And probably just regularly defending herself. And if she feels like a child is being threatened, I think Tomlinson is going to try to protect the kid. Especially Danny. Because look at his face.
And no matter what, 3 of them have to die here?
2 of them.
2 of them.
2 deaths every round.
I think it's possible that Thomason and I think Thomason and Norman Bates are going to bite it here. And Chucky probably would take an interest in Danny. I don't think he would stick with Danny because of the situation they're in. He doesn't want to glue himself to a kid.
But maybe he kind of watches him from the distance.
Kind of, yeah. I
Keeps
think
an eye on
Chucky
him a
does
little
have
bit.
for the most part, Chucky has a soft spot for kids. Actually, I take that back.
Ugh.
If you've watched the TV series, he does not have a soft. He loves fucking with kids, though. With. Let me emphasize that. He loves messing with kids. God. Pause. He has fun he has fun misleading and being mean and making kids look dumb. That's what we're going to go with.
Say Chucky.
He has a sick enjoyment in the fact he's a toy, if that makes sense.
God.
There's no way to make it sound good.
I don't think it is good. I think that's
It's so
kind of
gross.
partially the point of Chucky is that it's not good.
Good point.
So we're thinking Norman and Tomlinson. Thomason.
There's no L.
I keep putting an L in there. So R.I.P. Norman.
Doo doo boo boo boo. Boo, boo, doo, doo, doo.
All right. Next round. Here we go. Again, even numbers is an event. Odd numbers is a fight.
3.
We have another odd.
We have another fight.
Another fight.
And is it another 4 people? Is it that every round?
Yes.
11. Oh, she's dead. 12. Sam. 8. McCready.
Ooh.
I just did both my rolls.
Okay, here we go. Oh God, poor Danny.
Again?
Danny's in it again. Okay. And Pamela Voorhees.
Pamela. She's dead. I don't see McCready killing Dan.
No.
He does not have that in him.
No, and I also don't see Sam killing Dan.
Well, Sam, I don't think he's going to kill anyone who
Has the Halloween spirit.
exactly.
I feel like Danny Torrance got the Halloween
No,
spirit.
he's got the Halloween.
He's fully got the shine, man.
So, this is hard.
But 2 of them have to die. So
Oh no, this is hard. I don't want to let McCready die.
I feel like though Pam sees McCready and feels like he's a threat.
I know. Well, I feel like Sam is the clear survivor in this scenario.
Yeah. And I don't
he's not-
I don't see Pam hurting Danny either.
I don't see Pam hurting Danny either.
So it's got to be McCready and Pam.
Oh no.
Do you think they both just fight each other till they die?
That's my headcanon. Is that she gets a lucky lucky slice in.
Do you think that she goes after McCready and kills him? Sam goes, "That's no fun," and then kills Pam?
No, because I don't think Pam would beat McCready in a one-on-one fight.
Oh.
Like, definitely wouldn't. Unless she, like, straight up got the jump on him.
Pam is
We didn't get a setting, by the way.
Oh my gosh. I apologize. These are the kinks we have to work out. Okay.
Five.
A plush, flowery meadow surrounded by trees.
Oh. So
there's nowhere to
basically a
hide.
clearing. So
There's nowhere to hide.
McCready, I think, is going to get in a fight with Pam.
Yeah.
He's going to kill Pam.
Because he doesn't want to go after either of the kids. I don't think Pam wants to go after either of the
Can
kids.
Danny just slip on a log and crack his neck?
Jesus, James. No, it's a fight to the death.
Oh. Okay.
Do you think if Sam feels threatened, though, that he might go after Danny?
He wouldn't feel threatened by Danny.
That's true. He would feel I don't think he likes Pamela.
Yeah, but I want McCready to get one kill. He's like one of my favorite characters.
But I don't see...
He was my dark horse for going all the way. I don't see how McCready gets out of this.
I don't see how Pam gets out of this.
Oh no,
but
she
how
don't
it
get out of
happens.
this. She's dead.
She's dead, no matter what. But how McCready dies is the question.
I think that Sam, in this scenario, knows Halloween can't die. he is Halloween, so he's just gonna be on site as much as he can. So I think he doesn't need a reason to kill McCready.
Yeah, and I also feel like McCready has the energy of being like, Halloween's stupid.
He does, and I think Sam would just kind of
Catch that vibe.
jump onto his shoulders and start jabbing his neck with the candy razor.
Yeah, because Sam is armed.
Yeah, Sam is armed. He went to the cornucopia.
Did he grab the candy razor? Or did he grab the
I did not mark what they grabbed.
I didn't either. I just mean in your head canon. Did he grab the
I think he grabbed both of his signatures.
You think he grabbed both? Okay. So do you think he's like
I already crossed
throwing
McCready.
Do you think he's like throwing the razors for McCready to like step on or something, or like just slashing him with the candy
he
razors?
would do it in a fun Sam way.
Yeah.
I think he would finish it off by feeding him the razor candy and leaving it there.
There
and
you
then
go.
He just has his lollipop. Oh, McCready, I'm
So-
sorry.
R.I.P. Pamela. R.I.P. McCready.
I'm sorry, McCready. I'm sorry, Kurt Russell.
All right. Here we go again. We have an even number this time, which brings us to an event. So for an event, I'm going to roll the 12-sided die. I have a whole bunch of random events here, and we're going to still do our rolls, but we're going to talk about who survives said event.
Okay.
2. Oh, this is the one I wrote for McCready. This is a snowstorm in
No.
the arena,
He loved snow.
and the temperatures drop below freezing, and our tributes have to survive. Oh, she's bended. 10. Chris McNeil. All right.
Does she have a quaint jacket on?
We shall see. And 9. Howard.
Oh, he's dead.
So Howard's dead.
I think he's already dead at this point. He just died from the elements. But so we got Gail.
Oh.
And Mike Schmidt.
And Mike. So
Almost all
Howard's
survived.
dead.
Howard's just dead.
Howard's dead. Now, between Chris, Gail, and Mike, they're all pretty crafty. I think they could all figure out how to make a fire.
Is Chris crafty?
I feel like Chris is crafty enough.
Like, she's a great character and a good mom, but she is essentially a helpless mom and for the majority of the movie.
Right. But I think Chris has like this sort of energy of like getting shit done.
Well,
and
important. All 3 of my people got survival packs. I mean, all 2 of mine. Gail and Mike Schmidt. Did Chris get one? Or she run for the cornucopia?
Chris got one as well.
Okay. So they all have supplies.
Right. See, I think Chris can figure it out pretty well. But the one
Mike
thing
is
is
just a sleep-deprived failure, so...
the one thing about Chris, though, is she was teamed up with Howard. That was her. That was the other person from her district.
She used his corpse for warmth.
Tun style? Please don't say Tun style. Tun style? God damn it.
She said she's crafty.
That's a
I'm
lot
willing to part
crafty.
Mike away because he is, after all, just a sleep-deprived, broke man who happened
Do you
to...
think he like, because we know that he has a problem with falling asleep.
Yes.
Do you think he like starts a fire, thinks he's safe, and then falls asleep, the fire
And
goes out
dies.
and dies?
I think that's the
I
headcanon.
think that's what happens.
Howard and Mike.
R.I.P. Howard. it was gonna happen.
I'm surprised you lasted this long. It was whenever you got rolled that you were gonna die.
Yep.
Could you imagine if you just never rolled him until the very end and he just pulls up to the final fight with like the Babadook?
Okay, so we're on to the next round. Here we are.
A fight. What is the setting?
We have a fight. And the setting? Rocky stream with a cave.
This would be great for Orlok because of the cave.
True.
It's probably where he's been the whole time.
True.
Gale Weathers. Gale, I don't know if you're making it out of this one.
We're gonna find out.
Dead. Dead. Possessed Ellie.
Ooh.
And after this, I think I will be able to switch to the 6-sided die. Because I only have 7 left.
Yeah, I'll probably be able to switch too. Let's see. Nancy.
Nancy.
And Chris is back at it again.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Oh no. Okay, so who all is armed here? Nancy is armed.
Ellie is armed. Gale is not armed.
Chris is not armed.
Those are the people dying. I think that let's at least play this out. Obviously.
Yeah, we've got to play it out.
I think Gale. I think this would happen right after the storm. And I think Nancy would see an opportunity on either Chris or Gale to get someone weakened and get a survival pack from them.
Yeah, Nancy sees that
Yep.
in Gale.
And I think she goes either after Chris or Gale, whoever she sees first. And having been through that together, the other one I think would try to help the other. But I think ultimately they're both really weak. I think that Gale steps in the way of Chris.
Essentially, hold on. Essentially, an event that would happen to the arena is happening to a good portion of the arena, not just to the 4 people we're talking about.
I thought we were just saying those people got caught in whatever the event.
No, those are just the 4 people we're focusing on, essentially.
I was storytelling. Oh no, the camera.
Yeah, I wasn't.
We have run out of footage. Good thing this is mainly dependent on the audio. That's okay.
Oh boy. So they're all a little bit weak. Ellie was gonna survive through everything. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Here, you keep talking. I'm just gonna see if there's something.
I probably ran out of space. But yeah, I think it really does come down to Chris and Gale here against Nancy. Ellie's just gonna. I think Ellie lies in wait and kind of lets them torture each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then kills whoever like is left over, essentially. Yeah, so I think Nancy goes after Gale. Ellie goes after Chris.
I think Chris starts looting what's left of Gale. and then and Ellie just comes out of nowhere and
yeah, exactly. Because I think Nancy kills Gale and gets the fuck out of there.
I'm sorry, Gale.
That's really unfortunate. I was really betting on Gale for the
We're getting down to the wire.
For the end. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. How many do you have left?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left.
6 left.
So I can use the 6-sided die. I'm going to renumber who's left.
Okay.
So that way, I only have one person left past 5 anyway. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 10.
Okay. So, for event or fight, here we go. We have an odd.
It's another fight.
It's another fight. And where is it? A large dark castle.
Oh. Is this when Orlok is going to come out?
My hope is this is where the Orlok's going to come out. Excuse me. All right. Goodness gracious, I have really bad hiccups and they hurt really bad. Oh. Six.
Is it Count Orlok?
Count Orlok. Bounce.
Bounce
on
on
it.
it.
Crazy style. All right. And Michael Myers.
No, no. I think we have 2 survivors.
Oh, you need the 6. My apologies.
Possessed Ellie. And Joel. Okay, so Joel is dead.
Yeah, Joel is so dead. Joel personally gives I want to say Jonathan, but I think that's the name from Dracula. Is that the name
Yes,
from
it's the name
Dracula?
Dracula.
What's his name in
Thomas.
Thomas? That's right. Joel gives kind of Thomas vibes, to be honest.
I think Joel would go and be the first into the castle, trying to loot it, get supplies, you know?
Yeah.
And then, oh, does disturb my slumber.
He's sending the magic dogs on him.
Well, it said castle. It didn't say it was Orlok's castle.
Okay, but we know we can hide in there.
Yeah.
And we know he's got this weird animal thing going on.
Orlok's just been here the whole time.
This is where Orlok's been hiding out this whole time.
Michael, he definitely just stumbled on it. He was probably just following Joel from very far away. And,
honestly, he was just stalking Joel. He was like, you.
Ellie took the cave route into the castle.
Mm-hmm.
It is hard for me to... Well, the thing is, Orlok is very strong. So I could see him being able to kill Ellie.
Yeah.
Because Ellie is... But the thing is, the way you kill a Deadite is they have to be completely, essentially destroyed. Completely, burned.
And we know that...
And annihilated.
The thing is, I feel like Orlok could do that. I don't think Michael would. I think Michael would be like, stab. Okay, I'm done.
Yes, but nothing Ellie could do to Michael would hurt him.
No, but I think maybe because they're all here at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So Ellie stumbles in, Joel stumbles in, everybody is in here, right? So Orlok sees Joel, kills Joel first.
Yes.
Michael goes, oh, new project, and sees Ellie.
See, I actually
stabs Ellie, but doesn't kill her, obviously. And then Orlok kind of sees Ellie as like a threat and ends up demolishing her, maybe.
But how?
I don't know, maybe he knows what a Deadite is. He's supernatural himself.
He is.
In that same sort of occult, demon-y way, he's supernatural. That's why I think he might know how to kill Ellie. I think he might be one of the only characters that knows how to kill Ellie in this arena.
That is a good point.
But I don't know. These three are hard.
I don't think Michael. The thing is, I can't see Michael dying here.
No, I don't think Michael
I
dies
can't
here.
see Orlok dying here. If it was somewhere else, like the setting saved Orlok. If
Yeah.
it was anywhere else, I would say he's forced out into the sun
Okay.
by Michael.
However, I don't want to kill off two of your characters.
I know, but that's the game.
Yeah, but then we're going to run out of characters to draw from your side, and then it's going to be a problem for the math.
I can still debate with you.
Yeah, I guess we'll just draw more of my characters then.
Yeah.
So
That's part of the game. And I still have good characters left that could survive.
So, R.I.P. Ellie and Joel.
My whole entire first district just died in one round.
You will be missed. May I have the 6-sided die? Okay. 6. We have an even number, which was the event, if I remember correctly. Yes. So we have an event this round, which means my 12-sided die. 5. There's an earthquake. Earthquake. So, let's take stock of things we know. We know Count Orlok is hiding in a castle.
He is hiding in a castle.
We know Michael Myers is also near that castle.
He's probably leaving now.
He's probably leaving.
We
Where
still
else?
have to draw characters.
Yeah, I know. I was just taking stock. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
You're good. Oh no, I dropped your die. All right. I've got Susie. And God damn it, Chris. Chris wants to die.
She's still alive? No, she's dead.
No, it was Howard and Mike that died that round.
No, it was the next round. She died.
Oh, I forgot to.
Yeah, she got.
I forgot to cross her
Gail
off.
and Nancy.
I forgot to cross her off. It was Gail and Chris.
Yes.
Nancy killed Gail. Ellie killed Chris. My bad, guys. I did a oopsie on my own game. Grace.
Grace has not made an appearance yet.
Grace has not made an appearance yet, and she's kind of badass.
Okay.
All right.
And here I go. Megan.
Oh, not looking good for Susie.
And Harper.
Things are not looking good here for Susie and Harper, I'm not going to lie.
No. So it's an earthquake, you say.
It's an earthquake.
You know, this might be a buzzkill, but what if the earthquake broke some of the roof off the castle, exposing Orlok to sunlight?
But he's not one of the characters we're talking about right now.
Oh, I forgot you didn't even draw him. I just already drew that up in my head.
I know, I did too, and then I remembered that I had to draw characters.
So you got Michael and
I've got Susie and Grace.
Susie and Grace. Jeez.
And you have Megan and Harper.
Well, Megan's surviving.
We know Megan's surviving.
Harper, I imagine, has been kind of just hiding.
Right, but where is the thing? And didn't she have somebody she was hanging with?
Chucky.
Okay. And we know Chucky's kind of been following Danny.
So he's split off, essentially.
Danny and Chucky, we last saw them at... Oh no, we last saw Danny with that fight with McCready in the middle of the meadow.
Mm-hmm.
So
He's in the
Harper
meadow.
might be safe. They might be near the meadow. Or she's hanging out in a tree watching the meadow.
And if she's in the tree,
she's falling.
she's falling.
Where do we think...
Earthquakes are hard because, like...
We got to think about where they're going.
You're only in major danger, usually, from an earthquake if you are in a building.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, trees can also fall.
Trees can also fall. Where do we think that Susie hid out? Let's say there's, like, kind of like the same arena, essentially, to, like, that first Hunger Games movie.
Probably just near a creek or
Yeah. Do we think she's by like a lot of trees or in a cave or anything?
She's probably kept to the trees.
She's probably kept to the trees, so that puts her in danger. Or do we think Grace hit at it? Or do we think she hit it all? Do you think maybe I have a proposition here? So Grace is armed. I have a proposition. She got her weapon, hit out right in the tree line, and then decided to make her base camp the cornucopia.
I like that.
That feels very her.
I'd say it's pretty obvious who's dying here. It's
Harper and Susie. I don't think they have the wherewithal really to.
If stuff started falling around them, I don't see them.
They kind of just would panic and die.
Dancer. She could dance out of the way.
No. So R.I.P. Susie, R.I.P. Harper, Grace and Megan. You continue on. Where is Susie? There is Susie. Need to make sure to cross that off so we don't have another Chris McNeil situation. Okay. Off we go again. I'll just roll this one. It's fine. Wait, that didn't count because I stopped it from falling off. And even. Another event.
Another event.
Oh, no, wait. I'm wrong. And also, can I switch to that? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I only have 5 now.
Yeah.
So, number 1, 2 is Grace. So I can switch to a smaller die. Sorry. I apologize, everyone. Quick pause here while I re-examine my... Okay. I apologize. All right. Oh, never. I keep doing that. 10. This is one of the fun ones. There is a zombie tribute attack. So all of the dead tributes will be Evil Dead Rising to fight our 4 draws here.
So basically, the question is, could they beat Ellie in a fight? Because it's essentially the same power.
Kind of. Or it could be
zombies?
They're just zombies, essentially.
Zombie versions of themselves.
They're zombie themselves. And I don't think that makes Ellie still possessed if she's a zombie. But I guess possessed Ellie is how I have her in the...
Basically, zombie apocalypse. Who's going to live in the zombie apocalypse?
Kind of. They are still the dead virgins of whatever tributes died. So I guess we can give Ellie still, like, extra supernatural strength and stuff.
Oh, I meant because you said they're all Evil Dead Rising. I thought
that's not what I meant. I was being funny.
Okay, so I will roll. The Babadook, who has not made an appearance yet. Okay, one. And Megan. Both of them can't be infected.
That's for sure. That's for sure. All right. Damien.
Oh.
And Grace. Oh, this is very hard. These characters are kind of overpowered here.
I have 2 people who basically can't die.
True.
In this scenario, at least. Megan, I guess, could die because she has a body.
Mm-hmm.
The Babadook doesn't exactly have a body.
That's true. And I also sense that the Babadook kind of just scares anybody away most of the time.
Yeah.
We know Megan has a body. Damien has got this, like, can't be touched kind of energy.
But you said that these are just zombies.
They're just zombies.
They're not. That means I don't think that means they're affiliated with the devil.
No.
So I think if we're going with they're just zombie versions of themselves, I think Damien might be cooked because they would just go. He's still a child. I
That's
think
true.
they would just get a hold of him and eat him.
How do we think Grace is handling this?
It's hard because she literally looks like she's from a zombie survival movie.
Right. And
But-
and we've established she made base camp in the cornucopia. So she could
I think she could attract the most attention.
that's true.
And she has who died at the cornucopia? Who's the first?
Oh, that's true. Who were the first deaths?
So Sally's already there, so she's gonna rise immediately.
Sally, yeah.
And who else died? It was someone running away.
It was a running away person. I'm trying to remember who we pulled for that. Oh, here. Damien survived, so it was whoever you were.
Bathsheba.
Bathsheba.
But she doesn't have a body either.
I think we're establishing so in this scenario, to be honest, they're not rising specifically from where they died because the Capitol doesn't leave the bodies sitting there.
Okay. So they're
just letting loose zombie versions of the tributes. So whether or not they have a body doesn't mean they're not a zombie tribute. It is essentially the idea that the Capitol made zombie tributes.
okay. Does that mean all the tributes then? Not just the dead?
I think just the dead ones. I think because don't you think the Capitol would pull that bullshit? They'd be like, oh, it's just the dead ones because we also want to psychologically torture these people.
Fair. I still think Damien is cooked.
I think Damien's cooked. I agree with you on that.
And I think
It's
unless
between Megan and Grace is the thing.
unless you know, oh someone was alive that I thought was dead.
Oh.
We'll get there if I land on him. Unless one of the bigger, more powerful tribute zombies got a hold of Megan, I don't see her dying either. I think she'd be faster than zombies.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think maybe I think if the way it would probably go is Grace would probably get caught off guard or overwhelmed.
Yeah, I do see her attracting a lot of attention to herself.
She's out in a clearing.
She's out in a clearing. She does have a little bit of shelter, but she's she probably starts fighting things and is really loud about it, and it attracts the rest of the zombies. So I think you're right. I think goodbye, Damien. Bye, Grace. I'm down to 3.
I'm also down to 3. Nope, I'm down to 4. Sorry. Down to 4.
Okay.
All right, what's next?
Here we go. Another even.
Another event.
Another event.
What is the event?
That's the same. Wildfire.
A wildfire.
A wildfire.
Oh, interesting.
So involved in this is she's dead. Michael Myers. Oh no. Oh no. Run away, die. Run away, die. It is dead. Danny Torrance.
Oh no!
I think we've established Danny can't
Danny.
survive fire.
You should have made him Dr. Sleep Danny, not Shining Danny.
Even Dr. Sleep's Danny doesn't survive fire.
I know, but I'm just saying, this poor kid.
Yeah. Fair.
The
be
Babadook.
To be fair, we didn't establish which Danny I was talking about until... Oh no, I put The Shining. Never mind. So the Babadook.
And Megan.
So we've got Michael, Megan, Danny, and the Babadook.
I think the answer is there.
So we know Danny.
Danny, unfortunately,
Danny
I think,
can't
would get
survive
caught up in the
fire.
fire. And I think Megan. I think fire is her enemy here.
I think so
She is,
too.
after all, just robotics. Very strong, very modern robotics. But I think that would be her end as well.
I agree.
I think the fire would overwhelm her. I think Michael would just not give a shit.
Michael would be like,
I think Megan stands a good chance of getting away, but we have to kill 2 people. And I believe in Michael, and I believe in the Babadook's not lacking of a physical form.
Yeah, I
have a way the Babadook could die, and I think it's going to happen. But we'll get there when we get there.
Okay, so R.I.P. Megan and Danny Torrance.
This is the 6th side.
Thank you. Here we go. I've got another event. I only have 2 left, so I'm not.
My last couple.
I don't have to roll. I've got Count Orlok. Might spell out the end for him. And Michael.
You said you only have 2 left?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I only have 3 left, so I still got to roll.
Yep.
And wait, was this a fight or
This was an event.
another event?
I'm going to let us roll the people first this time.
Sam. God. Jesus. Oh my lord.
Okay. It's like a 50-50 chance of you rolling the right numbers here.
Here's what we're going to do. We're also going to assign
Here, hold
a
on.
second number.
There's a 4-sided here.
3. I got this. Okay. I have each of them assigned to either 1 or 4, 2 or 5, or 3 or 6.
Okay.
That's Sam. Jesus. Okay. Chucky.
Chucky. All right. And the event is Final Girl Mutation Hunt. So essentially, what happens in Hunger Games is that there's these mutts, which are mutations of like different people and stuff. This is like an amalgamation of the perfect final girl. And she is out for vengeance. So our characters, which luckily enough are all technically villains, are being hunted by the ultimate final girl.
And we have Sam, Chucky,
Count Orlok, and Michael.
Oh, this is hard.
Yeah, this is actually the perfect event for these people.
I think, unfortunately, Chucky's biting the dust.
Oh, Chucky's totally biting the dust, I think.
Because Chucky has died in every single one of his movies.
Yeah.
He is prone to dying. So, the final girl, even though most of his movies don't have a final girl, the final person always gets him in the end.
Yeah.
And this is his end.
Yeah.
I think he's just getting clapped. He's just minding his own business, turns around and is like, "What the hell?" and then dies.
Yeah.
Bye, Chucky.
So
now this is where it gets hard.
I personally think Michael's safe.
I think Michael is safe.
Because there's a final girl in all of his movies.
And he always manages to live.
Yeah, and he always manages to just scrape
Chucky
by.
Always comes back, and that doesn't mean he's dead forever, because he's probably not.
Right, but we know Michael lives at everything at the end of everything except for Halloween 2.
I would go as far as to say is Michael's the one who kills
the mutation.
The mutation.
I think that Michael lives. Now it comes down to the Count and Sam.
Oh, this is hard.
This is very difficult. Neither of them are final girl people.
And if this is a final girl, and it's just all the best attributes of a final girl mutated into one person, she'd be smart.
Yes.
So she would know Orlok's weaknesses.
That's true.
I think she could seduce him and get him outside.
Yeah.
Or maybe she's the way the way she dies is she has her own Ellen sacrifice.
Could be.
I don't think there's another way Orlok could die because he's not leaving his little fucking castle.
No.
Dork.
No, I think it's like I also don't think that Sam
I don't think
triggers the final girl mutation, the ultimate final girl to like try to kill him. He's just a kid.
He would probably just watch her go and go.
Right. Yeah. All right. Wow.
Orlok is dead.
Orlok's dead. I've only got one.
You must
Bounce on it. Crazy style. Oh, I did that too hard.
No.
Oh my god.
Roll.
Hold on, I'm in massive amounts of pain. Hold on. My neck just spasmed really bad. It hurts. Oh. I'm sorry, everybody. I apologize.
She's okay.
It hurts really bad. Okay. All right. So, I guess you have 2?
2.
All right, I have 1. So, let's find out.
Okay, we're back. Turns out Nancy's still alive. If we messed up and she's not actually still alive, this is probably pretty funny for you. If you figured it out and that she was still alive that whole time and we're getting frustrated, it's also funny for you.
It's also funny for you, yeah.
Was it funny for us? I don't know.
No. I think I almost had a whole breakdown because I was like, math doesn't work that way.
Next time, I have an idea. Let's make like a worksheet for it.
I did have a worksheet, but I didn't want to print it out.
Fair. Okay, we'll do it next time.
Okay. All right, so this is still a normal round. Odd. We have a fight. And our people are Nancy. Oh. Oh, I have to have both.
Yeah,
there's
both.
only 2.
Oh, only 2 people are involved in this?
No. Sorry. I mean, there's only 2 that I have, so I don't have to roll. It's Nancy and Michael.
Oh, Babadook and Sam.
So yeah. Nancy, Michael, Babadook, and Sam. Okay. So. What is our terrain? We already played this one. That's why I'm thinking it's stupid. Okay, we're back at the cornucopia for this one.
The film is ending.
Yes.
So, I already have one death figured out.
Okay.
The Babadook goes after Michael. The Babadook depends on grief and negative emotions.
Michael doesn't
have anything.
He doesn't feel anything.
I think that the Babadook choosing, not just going after someone, picking Michael is his downfall. Because he goes after Michael and he's immediately back in the book.
Yeah.
He's
all right.
trapped again, which is his version of dead because you can't kill grief.
Yeah. So Babadook is out. Now we've got Nancy, Michael, and Sam.
I think Nancy bites it here.
I think Nancy bites it here. I think Michael goes after Nancy.
Oh, that's going to make the last round so interesting.
Very interesting, yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, Michael just stabs Nancy to death, and it's sad, and it's over. It's the drama point of our film.
Oh, yeah. All right. Now we are at the final kill. So the way this round works, I will roll a dice to give one of the tributes advantage. This might be a gift from a mentor, a rule change, or just like where we are. then we're gonna fight to the death. No dice roll other than the one made by me is needed for this round. So, let me scroll all the way down here. Okay, and I'm actually gonna roll the dice twice. I'm a big fat liar, because it'll be one roll to find out what the advantage is, and another roll to find out which player gets that advantage. Okay, so who chose first? You chose first.
Yeah.
So you're 1 and I'm 2. Okay.
What about even and odd?
It odd even is how it works out. I just am looking at my thing and that's what I have written down. So for the first die roll, we know that the advantage is going to be some sort of mentor gift. I thought I had written what that was, but it's going to be you get to decide the mentor gift, I guess.
If it lands on your character.
Yes. So a chosen mentor gift. All right. And for the player, even just me
Michael.
and Michael.
What is Michael getting?
What is Michael getting? I feel like weaponry of some sort, right?
I mean, for sure. What kind of weapon? I have an ending in mind for this whole thing already.
Okay.
It's poetic.
Yeah, I think he's getting just like a knife.
And the reason why I said this is so interesting is we have Sam and Michael, two icons of
Halloween, yeah.
Sam is looking at perfection in Michael.
Essentially, yeah.
He is, because the thing is, Sam does not care about good or evil. He cares about Halloween or not Halloween. So it doesn't matter to him that Michael kills people on Halloween. He is okay with that.
Right.
He's not ruining Halloween. He's not making Halloween a bad thing. In fact, he's doing something that he cares about, making people fear Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Sam, while his physical form can be destroyed, his physical form can come right back. I think Sam just surrenders himself
To Michael.
Yes, because Sam will live on in spirit and maybe in a physical way again, but Sam is the spirit of Halloween, and he wouldn't kill his most perfect creation.
Yeah. So Michael.
It sounds like a cop-out to not have them fight each other.
Right. But
I think that's how it would go.
I mean it would look sort of like a fight-ish, but it's a poetic end to the Hunger Games. I think the Capitol's happy with it.
I think it's even possible that Sam just drops his lollipop and starts walking and just kind of collapses into mush.
Yeah.
Satisfied, you know? Yeah, do you like that ending?
I like that ending.
Do you like that ending?
I think that makes sense.
Tell me what you all thought of that ending.
Yeah.
And tell me what you thought of this episode. This was actually a lot of fun. Had some kinks, but we'll work on it.
We'll
that was
work
the whole
on
point.
it.
This was a beta test. Okay?
Essentially, yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. I'm glad we got to do it. I spent a lot of time putting this together. I'm not good at math, so it was really difficult for me. I'm not gonna lie.
I think you did a good job. I think for next time we'll have the worksheet.
Yeah, so
and maybe we'll throw in a little bit more of a role play element into it, which I think I kind of did there at the very end, telling a story.
Yeah.
But it's hard to think of on the spot, especially when it's like characters. I'm like, I don't know what they would even say to each other.
Right. And that was the hard part is I didn't want to put all the iconic characters in one horror Hunger game. Yeah. Well, yeah. But you know, there's always the idea of them returning for another games.
Naked
So
out.
we'll find out the next time we play. It'll be a little less clunky, and we'll kind of smooth out those rough edges. But yeah, that was the Horror Hunger Games.
And thank you so much for joining us here on Room 237 for this finale, the end of our season. What? I'm saying it for the premiere next week. We're going to shuffle through a lot of them.
Okay.
But yes, you heard it here first. Next week is the start of season 3. Obviously, there's no season break. It's just for structuring and for special events. But this has been quite a fun season here on 237.
Yeah.
First on video, a lot of different changes and ideas coming out, and we're hoping to innovate the show even more in the coming season.
Yeah.
And come up with some more fun ideas for you guys. But I know Q&A has been missing, but it's going to come back next week. We're going to run through all of your questions. So if you hear this and you want your questions answered, you can ask us even more. And we're going to go through every single one that is in there because we have stockpiled a decent amount.
I'm very anxious because all the Twilight episode questions are on there, so I really want to answer them. I've seen them, and I've wanted to get back to you. But
We will
I
get
can't
there,
yet.
I promise. But I want to keep this one a nice rounded about the Hunger Games episode. So next week is going to be a good one. So please join us there. And of course, remember, JumperScape.com. You can join our Discord. That's where you can ask all the questions you want to ask. GlitchEnergy.com. Connor141 at checkout. CONNOR141 at checkout. Thank you so much for joining us. And please let us know what you feel about these episodes. Let us know if these are fun. These little like side quest episodes that we've kind of experimented with. Because I would love to keep doing stuff like this.
Yeah, and
It mixes it up.
yeah, so I hope you guys had fun playing along. I had fun watching this happen for real instead of it being an idea in my head. But yeah, that was the Horror Hunger Games.
And we'll see you next week.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Bum, bum, bum.
Thank you for joining us this evening, stranger. If you enjoyed your time with us, please consider supporting us at patreon.com/JumperScape or join the community at discord.gg/JumperScape. We thank you for your listenership and hope you enjoyed.